Okay, I think it's worth it. I will explain you in a second. Because we will probably play Joshua on this turn, forcing some board so they can use the map token. That helps them. It might even fix their curve. So really good hit by them. And we need to get into the good stuff. We don't have double blue, which means we don't hold the mana for 3 steps ahead. However, Joshua is absolute powerhouse. We absolutely get rid of this. Do we go with Shiko? That's my question. I like Shiko, but we can get to Marangs maybe. This is a removal. We're going to... You know what? Let's make sure, because we can miss lands. If we get stuck on 4, it might be a disaster. On 3, that might be a disaster, because we cannot sweep the board. So I wanted to cycle more cards, you know? They're getting some value with this, but this one is just a counter. They still need to attack through the Joshua. And Shredder by Ghost is actually good, because it protects our side of the board against the sweeper, and they still lose the creature. You know what? Oh, isn't it fun to be a control player? Oh, perfect. Man, after bans it just feels so much better. Do we get rid of Shiko? She's great. Yeah, let's go like this. Let's go like this. I think we are fine with it. The Archer. But it has to attack and it has to have a board. So basically we force them to... Look how many answers Joshua forces. And this is a great Shiko turn. We don't have card advantage, but we'll just try to go for natural card advantage. We helix their stuff, so we don't give them map tokens, they lose their stuff and we live gain. We have better board than them, and now we can start attacking because we are the aggro. And by the way, this is top win rate deck in standard right now, so just beating it casually. Of course, it's not so easy very often. As you can see, they go, man, they just got so much value from this. That's why it's so important to not cast Sweeper early, because as you can see, they always can outscale everything. Like, their Offspring stuff is just, you know, crazy. We could go for it. This is very tempting. It will be a 4/4, but it might not be good enough. Maybe we just go Beza! Man, this is the perfect turn for Beza. We get all the stuff. Except land. Oh, and our opponent is losing on life total. Man, I actually should not attack, I guess. We are just suffering a little bit from success, you know, at this point. This 4 life gain was something I really counted on. Mentor is fine. So, see, now we are baiting. Because we have so many Shikos that now they need to go absolutely crazy on the board to even have a chance of attacking. Bro, by the way, look how many cards they're drawing. They will outvalue us. So we need the sweeper to stay basic. Oh, this one is a trampler. However, we can just go this. This was not a great attack. Our opponent got a little bit too excited, I think. Because they cannot kill both of those creatures. Which means they trade for fish on one of those. This is really bad. Like, when you have a 9/9, you really want to get something extra than measly fish. It's a fish of doom, of course. But, you know, that was a nice trade. And we buy more time. Do we already have to go for a sweeper? That's my question. It kinda feels like it, to be honest, but we know their hand, so they still have some tools. I honestly think about playing Shiko and to get lost. Guys, I think this is a good play. I honestly believe it's a good play. I think Joshua will be too slow. This one gets rid of this creature. They will get 2 counters, but we need to buy 1 more turn before we can sweep everything. I want them to play all of this. The counters will be annoying. We'll probably barely survive because the pump they will get on the whole board will be absolutely crazy and insane. Like, they will get +2/+2 to every single creature, and this has to attack, right? So they won't get the card at least, or the counter. Map tokens are not great for them on this turn, because they won't use the mana for the rest of the stuff. And now we will sacrifice the whole board to survive, and see, now they're unloading all the plays. To be honest, after a sweeper and baiting so much value, they still might be in this game, which is completely wild, man. They still want 1 more turn of plays. Okay, so let's actually think about it. I think this will be complete lethal, right? We can block this, 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 and let's go with Trampler. So we are getting hit by 6-7 creatures at least. It's 21 damage with this already. Yeah, we have to sweep on this turn, that means. It's not over, but we're getting there. I will make the cautious attacks, pretending that I'm not sweeping the board on the next phase. All right, they went for nice blocks. I wonder, does it change anything for us? We killed 3 tokens. That's quite a lot of them. So let's see if we die still. We block those 2. They don't have trample. So this will be 9 damage. Plus 4, 13, 16, 19, and potentially 21. So it's very close, but not enough. If we play Shiko, we don't have good target. Well, we can go Joshua. But maybe that's for the next turn. The point is that with this and this, they can recover very nicely. So I would love them to play those cards first. Let's go. It's not the play I want to make, but this is, I think, the play we have to make. We also want to hit... Man, if we can hit a land for Revelation, that would probably solve everything. This is the missing piece. We need to play this on the next turn. They can get the counters, but nothing more. They can get this and Joshua, and then get another turn. They cannot Helix. Stock up is also kinda tempting. We're at 18. You know what? I will take the risk. Because then we can play... Okay, this is exactly the type of stuff I wanted. Do we need untapped mana on this turn? We will play Helix, which means we can surveil. That's important. Having a good draw matter. Oh man, this is a card. I honestly don't think we'll need it to win, but it's a card, you know? By the way, they will be at 1 on the next turn because we can cast this into this. That's 7 damage. And I think this is a great moment to get rid of Helix. So I will give up the game plan of trying to hit their face. I can deal enough damage, but I cannot deal it in 1 turn. So I need to, you know, keep this in check for a moment. We can get rid of it. Or just cast Revelation will be so much better. Yeah, we are winning this against the best deck in the format. And it actually was close, not gonna lie. So we could bounce it. You know what? This is a perfect sweeper target. I want them to tap. Nope. I want them to play everything from the hand. This is fine. We could kill it. But they don't have on each other creature we control. So this will... Is it power? So this will be 5. 8. They do not draw a card. So we take only 3 damage and we get all the value from split up. So I'm kinda changing the game plan because I drew such a cool card. So I just want to use it. Well, this should make things easier. Isn't the board better this way? So yeah, we have a lot of plays, a ton of plays, and each one of them will probably win the game. But I try to make sure that we are ironclad so we cannot lose this. And now we... Okay, this should be good enough. With Marang, we can probably kill them on the next turn. We can deal 4 damage. They will attack, don't you worry. That's what they do. Which means we can deal 4 damage and use Marang to pump the creatures. We return this. Because it's end step, we deal 4 damage, we create 2 creatures, and now we are the guy that swings face. And we also stock up, but that's lethal already, so our opponent will probably scoop here. That's how we do it! And this deck is so cool, I enjoy it so much. I kinda even enjoy it, at least for now, a little bit more than Azorius Control, because I've been playing so much with Azorius during the years. Bro, this is, like, I cannot be so greedy. I already have Marang, I already have Rediscover, so I'm drawing 5 cards I cannot go, you know, more greed lord than this. We have a counter. We need the good stuff. Let's get the blue mana so we can counter something. Fire magic will probably be something with this card. And they are ramping really hard. I think this is a good counter spell target. It ramps them, it gives us all sorts of problems. So, not the biggest target for the counter spell, but good enough. Especially that we can go for a Discover and use this turn, while the board is empty, to find some answers. Shiko is very nice. But we don't have Get Lost, so when they, you know, drop this huge Overlord or whatever they have, or a Planeswalker, or a Tyrant, or Nissa, whatever, we won't be able to kill it with a single Helix, probably. Well, unless it's Glissa Sunslayer, which perfectly dies to Lightning Helix, I guess. Oh man, do I really go Fire Magic on this one? Let's actually think about it. Shiko. We have stock up. Shiko is absolutely massive value. But I think we need a land. Well, I guess I have this one, but I don't want to miss drops. And I think we have enough value to continue for the whole game. So Fire Magic can go for what? 3 damage, we need 6 mana, so we cannot do it. So we just kill this with Helix and we hold the counter spell, which means we need untapped blue mana. And listen, let's do it now. I really don't want to risk Glissa hitting my face. That's probably my least favorite thing to do in life. Let's see what the play is. We still have Exhale into Marang, which is incredibly important. That means they can only sneak 1 drop on this turn. Everything else we are controlling. Because we are a control deck. Well, that sucks. They went around it. However, it's only some damage and it will die to Fire Magic later if we can get to this turn. So I'm honestly pretty happy. Oh, this is a nice draw. This is a very nice draw. We still need... Okay, so we need 4 mana on this turn so we can play the tap land. Oh, the greed. The greed is coming. So we go for Helix. Or a counter spell. I think we can take this damage, take another damage, and then Fire Magic at the end step. I really don't think we should go so hard on this one. Like, we have already what? 3 and 2, so 5 new cards. That should be enough, and with Shiko we can continue chaining stuff. And they are down to 2 cards, so I think we're getting to the breaking point. And you know what? Let's make it even easier for us. Because I don't think they can sneak anything important, especially that if we kill land, if they play Annex, they won't have the 4th mana. So it's kinda important not only remove creature, but also their mana for Exhale that they could pay. And of course we chill with the Dread Knight, because everyone knows that this creature loves to be, you know, in the board alive. I think we just go Marang, man. We should draw another one. This type of deck has a ton of dragons. And see, we can completely ignore it for the time being. Use this time to set up advantage that will be game winning. And this is why you really want those well, you know what? I cannot say no to a juicy Get Lost like this. Come on. Come on, like it's perfect. And now we go Marang, of course. And we try to fish for more dragons. Well, this was not the best draw of my whole life. But wow, 4 lands from the top. That's how you not win the value game. So, I think we go for Surveil to make sure we hit not a 5th land in a row. Man, what is going on? But as you can see, this deck can just chain value infinitely. I will go with stock up because those draws really hurt our value game. And we can Exhale. Maybe we just go for this. Okay, I'll be honest, with this we should be able to find all the answers, including Helixes. They can pump it to 4 toughness, which is fine. This is absolutely the draw. We have mana for it, we solve the whole board, we can even bounce Dread Knight so they never draw a card. And this is how you play against the Dread Knight. You don't, you know, kill it, because that's the point of the card. They want it in the graveyard so they can get card advantage. Here it does absolutely nothing for the whole game. They don't really need it. It can hit something, but we have enough creatures that we can always close the game. 5 damage is a lot, but that's everything they got from this. And we can kill... This will be brutal. 3 land, bro, the lands are going crazy. I will take a land. It might surprise you. The choice is a land. And I think I will give my opponent a chance to play a card. So we bounce this guy. No, we have Get Lost. It doesn't matter. We go like this. So this bounces so they can draw a card with it and replay the Dread Knight, but Glissa is permanently dead. We can play Monastery. I'm really happy we didn't play land, because this land is absolutely amazing. And we discard. So as you can see, even with crazy float like this, I think we drew like 7 lands in the last 2 turns. You can see we are still absolutely fine. We just chain more value. And this is one of my favorite parts about the deck. It just always has stuff. And they're here with 1 extra card, and look at this juggernaut, just never ending with tons of answers. Man, this deck is just so fun to play, I kid you not. And we can go for double strike. Oh boy. So let's start with sorcery speed, because you know that things will happen here. We might actually kill them. Marang, 100%, and I think we go for Get Lost to sneak all the damage. I think with this we can kill them. And we have double counterspell. No, only 1 counterspell. Second casting gives double strike to the second creature. See, this is how you are supposed to get double strike. See, 10 lands, interactions, and you finally got your reward. You know? Not just for free on turn 2, while also pumping your board. So I think we go like this. Is it worth it? So this is 6-12 damage. And we go to 16, which means Helix is lethal. Seems about fine. Man, that's crazy. Those tokens will literally kill them in a single turn, basically. Let's go with Archive. I still want to have option of untap land. You can see how absolutely massive this damage is. So I was going through the options for our opponent. Like if they get, for example, Virtue of Persistence, they can, you know, start getting ahead. But that's why them having 3 life is so easy to finish the game. If they were at 4, it would be harder. Oh man. They are helping. Oh, they are helping us. Alright, let's see. What do we have here? We have Helix, so that means we play Shiko, we win the game. As you can see, they can do crazy stuff, but we are so good at preventing everything they try to do. This, honestly, is the card I wanted, because that prevents Helix in the face. Then we would have to draw it, using 3 steps ahead. And now we just cast Shiko and win the game. This is also a cool card. Maybe now it will be played a little bit more, after the bounce. So that's pretty cool. Let's go Shiko, you know what to do. And we can also draw cards, as you can see with the Monastery, but we have better options, so we just win the game on the spot while pumping our board and having counter spells, removals, sweepers, everything, while they have nothing. Alright, so this hand is not crazy amazing, so I'm really happy we are on the play. On the draw, that would be probably a mulligan. Or a lost game, one of those. With Rediscover the Way, hopefully we can fix stuff. Alright, but... Well, as you can see, literally the slowest possible draw. I would do so much to get this on this turn. So next turn is actually Rediscover the Way. Oh man, we actually missed the turn on this. This was devastating. So we needed to have this on this turn. We counter Pridemate, and then we Rediscover the Way on basically empty board. Here we are incredibly behind, and now we need to, you know, find something. Definitely a little bit sketchy here. Rediscover the Way, I think it's too slow. The problem is they can spam 1-drops that life gain. Rediscover the Way is probably too slow. I think we need a counter spell here. We cannot take another turn off. We are already we are 2 turns behind already. This is something we could counter, but they will play a creature. It only works when they play a creature. See? That's where you counter. We submit 0 because we don't need to show the dragons. They are too cool for our opponent. This will grow to 4. So above Helix, very scary stuff. That means we probably need to draw Get Lost. Man, we got so out-tempoed on this early game. Alright. I think we go to Rediscover the Way, man. Marang is probably worse. Like, we need good cards, and I'll be honest, I think it's not enough. I think this will be too slow, but I will try my best. If we hit Get Lost, and Helix can kill something else, maybe, this already grows to 3. So if we draw Get Lost here, I think there is a chance. Because I kill this, then they redistribute the counters. Well, probably here, unfortunately. Alright, go, Get Lost. Beza and Helix. I mean, those are the cards. Then we can go into Marang and bounce everything so they lose counters. Helix is okay, but it's too slow. I think it's Beza. It's also a creature, so I think we get double strike, right? We probably won't attack, but still. We get really good value out of this card here. We don't draw a card, which is painful. I like drawing my cards, but we are stabilizing like crazy on this one. Our opponent will still break through it, but it buys us time. And don't forget they don't have trample. Channeler, of course, will be a bit of a problem. This is a great Helix target, by the way. Not anymore. That went quickly. But correct. So I guess we just go like this. And we take 6 damage. Man, this is so much. But we can get into Marang. Don't forget, we can get into Marang. And this one has flank, so we can actually, try to survive, maybe. Well, the Get Lost we needed, but so late. I think it's Marang. We bounce those two, they need to replay them, we reset the counters. It's pretty decent play. The other one would be to Get Lost this. I cannot kill this, man. Yeah, I think they are way too huge here at this point. Them drawing cards is also not great for me. This one has flying and it will probably go above Marang. Yeah, I honestly think we have to go like this. They will have 6 mana, so that will, slow them a little bit. Both of those creatures have flying, but we don't have good attacks, so it doesn't matter too much. Very scary stuff. They also have Fortress, so on the final turn they can burst us, even if we can block the whole board. Yeah, probably. I will give them good game. Yeah, right, they swing. Yeah. You cannot miss those early turns. You can see what I was talking about when I said that this draw loses 2 turns before it starts. I will highlight Split Up because that's probably the least impactful one. Helix. That probably means they have more. We cannot get the blue mana, but we'll see. Alright. I guess in the end it was the right choice. We won't hit the mana, so we actually cannot counter anything. Let's see if that's Annex. No. This kinda feels a lot like something a dance step into Kaito. So I think we just play Joshua and for some reaction. Even if they counter it, even if they remove it, that means they cannot play anything at the end step, so that buys us more turns. I guess I have an island, so I had some plays, but I think Joshua is fine. Syncopate. An interesting choice of counter spells. Usually the mere midrange doesn't play it, so this could be an actual control. So far we have only seen Duress. So let's go for this, activate our mana. They can play around our counter spell, so unless we get some kind of dragon, but we have tons of those dragons, we should kinda be okay. I think this is nice. Let's play another Joshua. We can go for Monastery, but first I want to keep pressuring, especially while they have little mana. Hopefully this will, do something. And discarding cards is absolutely massive here. Sure. We already got a ton of value from this card. I think we go like this. We probably will draw a land, but even if not, that's kinda okay, You don't want to miss your lands, but you definitely don't want to overdraw them. And as you can see, well, that fixed everything in our mana base. So the start was kinda rough all around. We can draw cards, it's fine. But now we are starting to stabilize. We can get the card with the Monastery. And we can kinda cast everything, so we probably can cast whatever we... so we probably can cast everything we hit. Let's go. We could also Marang. There is a chance they go Marang, but I think drawing 3 cards is pretty good. Let's start. And we also force them to, you know, make the play. That is actually a pretty good draw. 3 card, thank you. Man, lands drawing you cards. That's my favorite. And I think we choose this one. We don't have to... Okay, so this will be Marang. They know about Exhale, but they don't know about Marang. We can even go into Revelation soon. I wonder how many counter spells they have in the hand. They have Duress, so that's something we need to be careful of. But I think this is a good Marang turn. Let's just continue making some pressure. Get Lost probably not super important here, so we can discard it. Mind Splice Apparatus. Alright, that's fine. Obviously very annoying card, but we have ways to deal with it. Well, no, not this way, that's for sure. Let's get rid of this one. Maybe we can use Surveil. Shiko. So we could cast Revelation. If it gets countered, that's incredibly bad for us. So maybe we push some damage first. We don't have any card advantage. Let's go with Shiko. And we have 2 mana, which is enough. We will draw cards, so let's start with this one. Because we can surveil the correct draw. We don't need this card, we already have it. Now we go Shiko. This is also... Okay, no counter spells. Absolutely massive. So let's go for this one. We cast Joshua. Man, this deck is so cool. Like, it does so much. This, and honestly, I will go for Get Lost. There might be a target, but I think we can, you know, fix it. And that's the 3rd one, so that was a correct choice. Now we have a lot of pressure. 7 damage is definitely not nothing. They get the discount, but it's only like 1 mana. So 2 mana spell. Yeah, that, by the way, explains Syncopate with this build. But 2 mana spell becomes 1, they only have 3 cards, so they don't really have much. I kinda like... You know what? Sure. I really don't want to lose, you know, my counter spell. It gives us a lot of agency over this game. And we have another Shiko, so we can just play another one. We won't get the full value, but that's fine. Do we want to transform it? It's kinda tempting, to be honest. It's not bad, to be honest. Revelation... I think we just go Revelation, man. They have something. So this is a fresh draw. They will take the damage, absolutely. I think the chance that they drew a counter spell on last turn is super low, and I will take the risk. We deal 4 damage, because if we can resolve this, this gives us so much. So until now they didn't have counter spells. Of course, if they have them, they will counter it, but I don't think they should. Like, they shouldn't have the card. Here you go. This means that they will replay it, so, you know, it's still there. However, that means we have more pressure in the board. That's fine. We reset the counters. We could even counter this fully because we have a dragon. And you know what? I think after this is too long in the battlefield, the Exhale will stop mattering too much. So I think this is a good target. Because they only have 2 cards, so now they need to find Mind Splice Apparatus and then get something that gets good synergy. I've been playing with this deck a ton. I know where it hurts. Cut down, absolutely great. Dimir actually suffers very often from not having enough cards, because as you can see, they always trade 1 for 1. Okay, they have another, but that means nothing more. We can deal tons of damage, man. Okay, we actually need to go for lethal. So, we swing. We go Shiko for sure, and probably just Helix. So let's go for lethal play as much as we can. We also activate all the prowess. We go for this. Man, we are an aggro deck right now. This deck is so cool to play, like honestly, it does so much, it is so versatile, and we are this close to winning the game. But Sloth, you can target your own Shiko. Yes, I can. For final 7 damage. That was a decent game, wasn't it? Well guys, I hope you enjoyed this absolutely great day of Magic. I love this deck, it was so fun to play it, and with Joshua, Phoenix Dominant, it actually feels so cool, man, because you have a very chunky creature, a 3/4 for 3 mana is very solid stats. It gives you options to transform if you want because of the lifelink, and you can just use it to cycle cards and then get it back with Shiko, because it is a target non-land card with mana value 3 or less from the graveyard. When it dies, it will be in your graveyard. So you can cycle more cards, it helps you chain all this value. In a way, it's like Rediscover the Way, but with a body. So you can block with it, and the body is very chunky, so it will stop a lot of creatures, which really helps against aggro decks, especially together with Helix, and all those get lost. Fire Magic is something that is nice addition. It is an instant, don't forget, so you will, you know, surprise your opponent a lot. And we have very surgical sweepers with 1 split up, 1 Day of Judgment, and 1 Fire Magic. Oh, and this deck actually went 5-0 in a recent tournament, and it didn't drop a game, and I can absolutely see why. So we also get the full sideboard, you know, just to absolutely dominate with control, and what a time to be alive. I'm so happy to see control, you know, just performing. It is very fun to play right now, and this deck has all the answers to all of the decks, while also having a lot of action. So if you feel that Azorus might be a little bit too slow for you, this is probably a good middle ground between like classic control and some more creature-based strategies. So guys, I really hope you liked it. Thank you for, you know, supporting the channel either by joining Patreon, joining memberships on YouTube, or just watching daily and, you know, just being absolutely wholesome and commenting and liking. It is all appreciated. Subscribe if you aren't for daily content, and just really thank you guys for all of this. I'm so happy that you're enjoying the channel, and hopefully we make some cool decks. And yeah, that's it for today. Thank you to all the patrons that allow this to happen. Thank you guys so much, and see you tomorrow.